Hi folks, welcome back inside Manhattan Basketball. The MAAC tournament is now upon us as the regular season has finished up. Christian Heimall speaking with the head coach of Manhattan women's basketball, John Olenowski. Coach, earning the 7th seed for the MAAC tournament. I know had an opportunity for higher seeds, but where do you like where the team is right now?
Well, I like where the team is right now. I think we finished on a strong note heading into the tournament, and I think everybody's excited and looking forward to going up there and playing well on Thursday.
I know senior day wasn't the result that you were hoping for your two seniors in Monica and Allison, but Monica does set a little bit of history. She becomes the all-time three-point leader in Manhattan history. Talk about an honor like that for her.
Well, it was a great honor for her, well-deserved. She's been so consistent over 4 years, and it was really kind of nice that she achieved it here at Grady. So it was really a special day for her and our team, as a matter of fact. But we did battle Quinnipiac. We were right in it and lost by 8, but we got it down to 6 late in the game, and I really thought we came out and played well, even though we didn't get the result that we had hoped for.
Ashley Stack has been, and we've talked about her all season long, seems like she's the most improved player so far in her career, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, Ashley's had a great year, especially lately. I think the last second part of the season, she's really stepped up, and she's not only scored, but she's played really good defense, and she's rebounded, so she's playing the kind of basketball that we knew she had in her all the time, and we're just very, very pleased with her development.
When you look at this upcoming tournament, obviously you've got Siena coming up in the first round. If you win, you play Marist, but then there's the off day as well for this tournament. How does that change maybe the dynamics of this year?
Well, I think it changes certainly for those teams that get that far. Mm-hmm. But we're not even thinking about anything other than Siena, who's a very, very strong basketball team, and that's where our focus is right now, to go and to try to play very, very well in our first game.
Mentioned Monica earlier. She gets all MAAC honors yet again in her career. I know you would have liked to have had Allison get those as well, but for your senior to have that type of recognition in her final year, what's that like?
Well, I think it's great, and I think that it's well-deserved. I think Monica's had another great year, whatever, and I think that she's been so consistent for 4 years, but I also think Allison deserved to be on there. I think Allison's had a great year as well, and so certainly we're happy for Monica, but we wish better things for Allison.
We've talked about the way the team has been playing basketball in the month of February and feeling that they may be playing their best basketball of the year right now. When you look at that Quinnipiac game, even despite the loss, Allison played tremendously well. Ashley played very well. Shayna, Nicole Isaacs got going as well. The whole team seemed to start to be clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, we did, especially offensively. When we score 78 points, mm-hmm. Usually that should be enough to beat most basketball teams, but Quinnipiac is so outstanding, mm-hmm. Especially on the offensive end, that we really competed well, but there was a lot of good positives out of that basketball game.
What's the biggest difficulty in terms of battling a team like Quinnipiac, where the size is just their biggest asset to them?
Well, the size is very difficult to deal with, but mm-hmm. It also is the fact that they've got dynamic three-point shooters. They kick it back out to them, and then combine that with a great point guard. That's a three-headed monster that is so difficult to defend. They've got it all going for them, and they're a very, very dangerous basketball team.
Email question for you, Coach, from one of our fans. Joan wants to know, is this year's MAAC tournament the most wide open it's been in years?
I believe it is. I believe every year going in that Marist was certainly the prohibitive favorite to win it all. And I think, again, they're right there, and I think they're certainly going to be one of the favorites, but I think that there's a couple of teams that can win this tournament, and I think there's a couple of teams that can get huge upsets and perhaps get to the semis or finals, whatever, and I think that more so than any other year, I think there's a lot of teams that are involved with going after it rather than one or two.
I think when you just look at it, the fact that this team, this Manhattan squad, still had a chance in the final weekend of being a 5 seed and getting that first round bye shows you the depth of this conference. What are you seeing from maybe 1 down through 9?
Well, yeah, I think we were very close to getting that 5 seed, and a basket or two here from our end or Ryder's end or whatever would have could have changed that, but again, I see that there's a lot of balance. I see that teams are very, very close to each other, and I see that most teams are going to be very, very competitive, and I think it'll play for a great tournament.
What's the difference in coaching in a tournament setting? Because, yes, you've got this week to prepare for Siena, but should you come away with a victory, you've got 26, 27 hours to prepare for your next contest?
Yeah, but everybody's used to it, with the exception of the incoming freshmen, so they know, what the situation is like in the tournament. And everybody also knows one and you're done, so you have to be ready to play great basketball from the opening tip-off. So I think that we have enough players that understand that. So we're working hard to try to be prepared to go up there and to hopefully play well on Thursday.
Split the season series with the Saints, road team getting the win in each contest. What do you take from those two contests now here into the tournament?
Well, certainly at home they took it to us. They really they played fantastic basketball, especially in the second half. Up there was a hard-fought basketball game that we were fortunate enough to win. But they're a quality opponent. They're so well coached. Ali does a great job. And they really have a lot of offensive players, a lot of weapons, whatever, to contend with. And, of course, they play a very unique defense, and they pressure you. So they're a very, very tough basketball team to be playing, especially in the first round of the tournament. So I think that they're very, very good, and we're going to have to play super, super well to compete with them. And I just hope that our team is ready to roll up there and to come out and play as well as we possibly can.
Trying to remember that game here at Draddy Gymnasium, size again seemed like it was the biggest key for Siena.
Well, rebounding, they absolutely annihilated us in that particular game. I think it was like 56 to like 25 in rebounds, so it was just something that there's no way that we can compete if teams out rebound us like that. So we did a much better job in the second game, but again, they've got a lot of weapons and they're a very, very strong basketball team.
What's the difference in terms of home, road, neutral? Is it just a fan base? Is it comfortability? What's the biggest difference?
Well, ironically, for a young basketball team, we've played better on the road than we have at home. We're 5-5 in the conference, on the road, and we're less than that certainly at home. So I think sometimes it's a little bit overrated, and I think the fact is sometimes you play your best basketball away from home, and we certainly did that this year.
So what does it take then to get that victory Thursday morning and move on?
Well, I think we've got to come out and play really solid defense. Like you say, our rebounding has got to be right there with them, and we can't allow them to dominate us inside. I think we've got to take care of the basketball and really make some really good, strong passes and get very, very good balanced scoring. So I think those would be the keys for us to do well up there on Thursday.
MAAC tournament begins Thursday, 11:30. Manhattan, the 7th seed, takes on the 10th-seeded Siena Saints. You can listen live to all the action on GoJaspers.com. Don't forget, you can tweet us your questions at GoJaspers. You can email them, gojaspers@manhattan.edu. And you can always follow Coach on Twitter at John Olenowski. Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you, Christian. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us inside Manhattan Basketball.